Good afternoon and welcome to Courtroom Chronicles, Trials of South Africa. If you're celebrating your birthday today, happy birthday. And the reason why I do this, I wish you a happy birthday. It was an idea by my 8-year-old daughter at the time. She's 9 now. And I've implemented this ever since she suggested it. And I hope you enjoy it. Have a beautiful day. Now, let us get into today's story. 10 victims and more than 10 million in insurance payout. And the mastermind to all of this, her name is Rachel Kutumela, who was a police sergeant. She's a former police sergeant, 43 years old. She's just a year older than I am. Hey, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. But what is shocking investigators even more is that many of the suspects that have been arrested, uh, others were arrested yesterday, are people from her own family. And according to the police, this may have been a coordinated insurance murder syndicate operating for more than a decade. So, this is not something that happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago. It has been happening from 2012 until 2024. So, let us talk about the alleged mastermind, Rachel Kutumela, 43-year-old Rachel Kutumela, who was a former police sergeant. Rachel Kutumela, the police say she is the central figure in all of this, and she was stationed at Sinwaba Rwana police station before her arrest. That's actually where she was arrested, and investigators believe that she used her position to manipulate investigations and to control crime scenes. She would be the first person there, the first responder there, even though this was not her jurisdiction. So, in some cases, authorities also allege that, immediately when these things are reported, and it reminds me of someone else who did the same thing. Do you remember who that was? Rosemary Ndlovu. Hey, so I don't know whether they knew each other. I don't know whether someone else was inspired by another person, or this is just some sickness in that attacked them, and they decided to do this, but they don't know each other. So their modus operandi is almost the same. So police spokesperson Atlenda Mate described this as an evil family scheme. And I agree with her. These people are evil to the core. So far, 11 suspects have been linked to the case, and it's Rachel's inner circle. The first person that is so close to Rachel is Rachel's sister, her older sister, who's 47 years old. Remember, Rachel is 43, and the older sister is 47 years. Her name is Anna Shokane. Shokane. Yeah, Shokane. And she's 47 years old. She's the older sister to this lady, Rachel Kutumela. I don't know what she does. Maybe you do know what she does. You can let us know in the comment section. And we also have Flora Shogan, the youngest, a 23-year-old. She's Rachel Kutumela's daughter. So you can see this is her inner circle. These like are her immediate relatives. And another person is Lishweng Johannes Shokane. He's 53 years old, meaning he's 10 years older than Rachel. So this is Rachel's older brother. So there were other people who have been arrested as of yesterday. Police arrested these people. Here's the interesting part. It's interesting, it's shocking, and yeah, it's everything evil that you can think of. One of the people who was arrested yesterday is Rachel Kutumela's husband, who is a deputy principal. He is 52 years old, um, meaning that he's 9 years older than Rachel. And another person is Masipe Thomas Shokane. So if you hear this surname Shokane, you must know that this person is related. This is the husband, still related to Rachel Shogan. And this one is an older brother again to who? To Rachel Shogan. Remember the 53-year-old Shogan is the other brother that was initially arrested. So three people were arrested first. It was Rachel Udumela, it was Anna Shogane, and Flora Shogane. These three were arrested in 2023. And later, last year, we saw Ulisweng Johannes Sogane arrested. So now the ones that have been arrested yesterday is the husband, 52-year-old, who's also a principal, and it's Masipe Thomas Sogane, another older brother of Rachel, William Shokane, 41 years old, and that's the brother again. So we're talking about three brothers already, one sister and a daughter and a husband. That's six family members. And then there's also another person who was arrested. That's Masipo Tamaris Silepe. This is Rachel's cousin. Believe it or not, this is her cousin. So she did not only include her sister, her daughter, her husband, her brothers, she also included a cousin in the syndicate. There was also another person who was arrested, who's part of the six that was arrested yesterday, and that is Mata Iris Raiders. Raiders is Rachel's sister-in-law, and Mujeri Mataba, a 38-year-old traditional healer or sangoma. Yeah. So one suspect, Robert Sogane, is the twin brother to William. He remains at large. He has not yet been arrested because he has just said, I'm not going to get arrested. And he ran for his life. So Robert is the same age as William. They are twins. They're both 41. Hi guys, I've never seen such a thing in my life where the entire family um does crime and they're all arrested because of one person who's the mastermind who came up with the idea. They've been doing this for more than 10 years from 2012 to, and they were actually arrested. Some of them were arrested in 2024. So this actually happened between this decade, in between the decade. So you might be asking, how were they doing this? Because this is important. We do have family members. We trust them, But at this point, I'm asking myself, who really can you trust? At this point, the way things that are going on, and these insurance payouts, that this has been happening, but it was rare in black families. But now we can see that it has become something that is happening. It's becoming a norm in black families. It's something that was not happening. We would read about them in other cultures and all of that, but it is becoming a norm now. So this is their modus operandi. Investigators believe that the group targeted were vulnerable individuals, including people who were living with disabilities and who had been struggling financially. So authorities say this is a syndicate, and this syndicate would take out insurance policies on victims, sometimes without their knowledge. So sometimes someone will just say to you, I'm thinking I would also do this, and my intentions are pure. That's please give me your details. I need to open a policy and all of that. These people were doing it knowingly and unknowingly, and they would ensure that the members of the group were beneficiaries. Remember, they are 11. So I think they were trying not to get caught. That if now we are 11, sometimes you are the beneficiary, sometimes that one is the beneficiary. They honestly think they wouldn't be caught because they've been doing this for 20 from 2012, and they were arrested now 2023, 25, and now these ones are arrested in 2026. So they would allegedly arrange the victim's death. So they would not only insure you, but they will make sure that they take you out. Police say more than 10 million rands was paid out in these insurance claims. And people have been asking, even on TikTok, because I've done the story there, that how do we know we are not part of these schemes? Where can I see myself? How much have I been insured? The amount. because people are worried now. They're thinking of their relatives. They're thinking someone might have. And the sad part about these people who are greedy and do this not because they want to help the family, it's actually because they are greedy and they want money. Is that when they get this money, they give you nothing. They don't help out with the funeral arrangements. Or they give you 1,000 rands and they take the rest of the money. It's actually sad what is happening and what we are seeing. And people are no longer doing crime alone, they're doing it in pairs, as couples, as families. We are seeing Abu Tabo Besta with Nandipa. We are seeing Abu Vusiket Matala with their wives. We are seeing different people now that it's families now. You've seen the previous story that I did, the mom and the dad and the daughter at the Department of Education, on how they work. And now we are seeing almost the entire family, because it's more than seven of them. Imagine the kids, their wives to the other partners, the people back at home. How will you trust each other if this is happening? So, this is what they did. And investigators also allege that Rachel sometimes positioned herself as the responding officer, allowing her to influence how the deaths were initially handled. Now, it is pretty suspicious, but not always. Maybe it would be suspicious to us who watch crime stories and have actually come across this story of Rachel Gutumela. But if your cousin, if your aunt, if your mom is a police officer and something happens at home and she comes there as a police officer and a family member, you wouldn't think anything sinister. But she would come there knowing that she's controlling the narrative. So authorities believe that these people were murdered from 2012 to 2014. Some were known, some of the known victims are Andrew Mukabudi. That was Anna Shogana's husband, and he was a former police officer who was burnt inside a car. So, who is Anna Shogana? Is the older sister to Rachel Gutumela, the light skinned one. Um, I'll show her here. That's the one. And this was her ex husband. Guys, when I was preparing this, I was so shocked. I don't know how many years I've viewed. And Andrew Mukabudi, now, okay, we've spoken about him. He's the ex husband. And then there was Neville Utumela. Hmm? Can you hear that? Konje, what is the name of the mastermind? Rachel Gutumela. So the husband is also a Gutumela. So this Neville Gutumela is related to the husband, the principal, the deputy principal husband. This was Neville Gutumela. It's Rachel's brother-in-law, described as someone who was mentally challenged, and his body was allegedly dumped along the roadside to make the death to appear like an accident. So he was not okay. He was mentally challenged. And this is where now it makes sense to me. Because someone would say, but why are they arresting the husband? Because how can you get millions and as the husband, I don't have a clue on where that money is coming from, and I don't care, So now I can see that, oh, he's been arrested because also his brother, who was mentally challenged, was unalived and dumped along the roadside. Another person, the victim, is Mapare Chosi. This is Rachel's maternal uncle, whose body was also found dumped alongside the road. So this was a favorite with them, that they would just dumping bodies like they were dogs, which is very, very sad. And this was now the maternal uncle, meaning that this is Rachel's um uncle who is a brother to Rachel's mother. Mm, I said. So another person was Stradum Raiders, Anna Shogana's second husband, who was strangled in Vanderbilt Park. So the sister to Rachel, the 47, I will use pictures so that you don't get confused. So Rachel, this one, the sister, the older sister, I mean Anna, the older sister to Rachel, was married not once but twice, and both the ex-husbands were unalived in questionable ways. So the first one was burnt in a car. So now this is the second one. He was strangled in Vanderbilt Park. And then a man, investigators say Rachel falsely claimed was her husband. She's married, but she's also claiming other bodies. Who does it remind you of? Hmm? Reminds me of Dr. Nandipha Makutumana. She had the same modus operandi where she was asking for bodies and claiming that those bodies were uh, her husband. She says the same thing about Utabo Besta, claiming the body, and it's not Thabo Beta's body. And now we are seeing the same modus operandi here. Anna, this was this. Rachel, I mean, Rachel, this one. I don't want you to get confused. Um, falsely claimed this person was their husband, and this person is believed to have been killed with a blunt object. I also heard it's an allegation that this person is someone they believe to be Flora's dad. Remember, she was arrested with the sister and the daughter. So this person they believe that it's an allegation. I'm not sure, but I've heard that. There's also the fifth person now. That was Gordon Rasikoma, another man believed to be Rachel's partner. He was also burnt to death. So their modus operandi, they were burning, they would hit you with blunt objects and put you on the roadside of the road. There was also another woman that was a victim, Joyce Malisa, a vulnerable community member Rachel allegedly pretended was her aunt. So she would cover you, put you in a policy, and then lie and say you are the aunt. She was also burnt in her home. Aibo, guys, this is the third person they've burnt. How cruel are these people? There's another one, Jacob Siakamela, allegedly taken from church by men pretending to be police officers before he was later found. It means that these men, I don't know whether they were wearing uniform or not, and Rachel knew that if you come there pretending to be police officers, no one will question you. You just go there, you fetch this person, analyze them. Jacob Sekamela was taken by these people from church and he was found later and he was dead. And then there's another one, Mutasa Puti. Allegedly, he was abducted also in his workplace and he was pew-pewed in 2024. There's another one, the 10th victim now, whose identity has not yet been publicly disclosed. I know that there's a man who was disabled, was found in a dam, and the question was, how did he get there? If you look at these people, look at them up there. Ah, the first two guys, the ones who were arrested yesterday, mm, maybe I'm letting my mind run all over, but they look like they're the ones who were doing the deed. Because what do you mean? What do you mean people were strangled, people who were mentally challenged, people were in wheelchairs, people were burnt into inside their homes, in cars, and all of that. And two of them are exes to the older sister. This one, she was married twice. So now, here are the timelines of the arrest. In October 2024, yeah, sorry, earlier I said 2023. In October 2024, Rachel Gudumela is arrested while on duty at Sinwaba Rwana police station. And soon after, Anna Shogani and the daughter Flora Shogani are also arrested. Last year in November 2025, the brother Lishweng Johannes Shogani, this one, is also arrested. That's the older brother. Ne? And in March, which is yesterday, 2026, police arrest 6 additional suspects, including Rachel's husband, 2 more brothers, and we are not counting the twin that is also absconded now. They don't know where he is. He's trying to run away. He's a fugitive, basically. A cousin and a sangoma. Those are the people who were arrested yesterday. So the suspects appeared at Pulukwani Magistrate Court. That was yesterday. And the next court appearance is scheduled for the 25th of March 2026. Let me know what you think about this. The trial date, the main accused, Rachel, Anna, and Flora, these three I expected to stand trial in Polokwane High Court, and the trial is scheduled to run from the 5th of October to the 30th of October 2026. That's where we'll hear the details of what they did to who were they, who or what relation did they have with that person. Because you can see, nje, ukuthi they take here, who knows, maybe they had a WhatsApp group, maybe they would meet from time to time and ask each other who's next, who's going to be a beneficiary. And all of this, the mastermind was Rachel Kutumela, a police officer. I thought people go into being a police officer because they love the job, they are passionate with arresting people and keeping the bad guys behind. But we are finding out now that people who become police officers are actually criminals themselves that are wearing uniform, and they're using their positions to do crime. Because this is what we see. Rosemary Ndlovu did the same thing. And what's worse, these are women. The mastermind is a woman. So, if these allegations are proven in court, the case could become one of the most disturbing insurance murder conspiracies in South African history. It's an entire work of relatives. I don't know, I can't even see or imagine myself, someone telling me to do this as a relative, and then I say no. I'm questioning myself. We're watching them. Look at them. Do they look like people who ever got millions in their lives? And I'm asking myself, who got more money? Maybe it was Rachel Kutumela because she was the mastermind. But look at them. Look at how. I'm not saying if you were a millionaire, you must wear, but some people in the comment section that made me also think about this were saying that look at their skin, look at them. They don't even look like they've ever had money. But one thing that we must remember, this happened between 2012 and 2024. Maybe they've built houses, maybe they bought cars, maybe they've paid school fees with this blood money. We do not know, but we do know that they have all been arrested and they have not yet been found guilty, but there was enough evidence to get them behind bars. And they have appeared in court, and this happened. It was a decade of alleged killings. And I really think they thought they've gotten away with it, if you ask me, because they've been doing it from 2012, it's 2026. They're like, and the arrest only started happening in October 2024. Now we are in 2026. So we are looking at these three women all this time. We're thinking this is it. Then a Malume was added and an uncle. Now we see that a husband, a cousin, two more brothers who are twins, and another brother. So in Rachel's family, it's Rachel, it's her older sister, her daughter, three brothers, that's six, and her husband, and a cousin, eight family members out of the 11 suspects. Lord have mercy. Yeah. So this is very upsetting for me. I don't know, and very scary as well. It's an eye opener. We are still waiting for someone who will help us so that we can check ourselves where people have actually insured us and maybe get clarity from those people. Because what do you mean? What do you mean people are doing this and people had no knowledge of this? And the sad part is they were also doing it from people who lived in the community. Yeah, so sad. So for now, all suspects remain presumed innocent until proven by the court of law. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one. God bless you and ciao.